Okay, hello everyone. My name is Eric Linus. I'm the Assistant Director at Safe Sports Network. I just want to welcome everyone to this important discussion we're going to be doing today. I'm here with Rebecca Stearns and Samantha Scarneo-Miller from the Korey Stringer Institute. Thank you guys for being here today.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
So we're going to be talking about the return to sports and exercise during the COVID-19 pandemic. And I want to thank you guys for putting this comprehensive article together. I think it's a very interesting, if not an overlooked topic for athletics. I mean, there's so many people that are worried about just getting back to sports, and it's the things like this that can be overlooked, the safety of actually being during activity. So first things I want to ask you guys is, what take-home message would you say is most important for athletic administrators?
Yeah, so athletic administrators or athletic directors, facility managers, whatever they're called at your school, are really going to be the gatekeeper to make sure that we're reviewing all of the documents and coming up with what we believe is going to be, our own school's policy. Now, these people are in a really unique position because they can influence many people at the school. So they can influence the principals, the nurses, they can influence superintendents and board of directors members, but then they can also influence coaches, parents, and the athletes themselves. So my biggest suggestion to athletic directors or athletic administrators would be to first always work with a healthcare professional when deciding on these return to play factors. If you're fortunate enough to have an athletic trainer at your school, please make sure that you're coordinating this with them, because they are your go-to healthcare person who's going to be able to help with the implementation of this. But then also make sure that the educational strategies that you're using for your parents, coaches, and athletes are appropriate to their own knowledge and backgrounds and kind of perceptions, if you will. So really, we tried to write this document in a way that anybody could understand it. We tried to write it that you didn't have to have a medical background. So we're hoping that athletic directors or administrators can go in and really review the document and come up with different thoughts and be able to kind of translate it themselves as they need.
Really, one of the biggest messages that we tried to get out to all the constituents that would be reading this document is that we are in probably one of the most unique times in sports history, and that the athletes that we're focusing on in this document is high school and college. They are probably coming back to a season where many might be completely out of shape. They didn't have access or the ability to really do their typical summer workouts. And so they might be really struggling from the standpoint if they're coming back at a very low fitness level. And then we might have others who were able to maintain a routine workout. And so they might have a relatively high level of fitness coming in. So we have this huge disparity between these fitness levels and of course, risk profiles. Just in addition to the typical risk profiles that we'd see in athletes, we know that COVID could introduce a whole new level of risk for athletes returning. So we're really entering this unprecedented period where we anticipate that the risk for these athletes could be heightened from any normal season. And so we really want everyone reading it to understand that we really need to take that into consideration and take some extra steps and precautions to make sure that we're addressing those heightened risks and putting policies and procedures in place to help protect the athletes.
I want to thank you guys for taking some time out today to go over this unprecedented times we're living in, and it's great that we have experts in the field to help guide us through these times. So, from everyone here at Safe Sports, I want to thank you guys so much.
Safe Sports Network is your source for youth sports safety information. We're supported by the community. If you would like to donate, visit our website to learn more.